solid liquid solutions. So in solid liquid solutions, the solid is non-volatile and liquid is volatile. When the solution is made of a non-volatile solute with a volatile solvent, then the vapor pressure of the pure solvent lowered. The lowering of vapor pressure depends upon the amount of non-volatile solute mixed in the solvent and making the solution. Right? So here, when a non-volatile solute mixed with volatile solvent and solution is made, then the vapor pressure of pure solvent decreases or lowered. Right? The lowering of vapor pressure of pure solvent depends on amount of non-volatile solute mixed in the solvent to make the solution. Right? So, why this lowering of vapor pressure takes place? Let me explain more about that. So, suppose here is the solution. Right? Two pens are there. In one beaker, it is pure solvent. So, when you are going to heat it will, there is vapors in the above the beaker of the pure solvent. This is the pure solvent. And there will be some vapor pressure of the solvent over the solvent. And here, let's suppose there is a solution. It is a solution made up of non-volatile solute plus volatile solvent. Right? So that means the solute particles doesn't go in the vapor phase because that is non-volatile. Only the volatile solvent vapors will be there in the vapor phase. Right? Suppose here is the solvent particles. Suppose these are the solvent particles. Right? So when you are going to heat these solutions, the solute particles get energy and they will come onto the surface of the solution. Right? With the particles of the solvent. Now, here are some solvent particles. So, now the solvent particles going to vapor phase becomes less comparison to before when it is in pure form. Why it is so? Because the surface area, some surface area covered by the non-volatile solute particles, and they do not allow the lower particles of solvent to go into the vapor phase. So some area covered by the non-volatile solute. So the volatile solvent particles get less area than comparison to before, right? So that means now at the constant temperature for both the solvent and the solution, in solution form the solvent particles come less into the vapor phase, right? So that's why the vapor pressure of the solvent decreases by mixing the non-volatile solute and making the solution, right? This is the concept. Now here, so according to Raoult's law, P1 is equal to x1 P1 naught, right? So partial pressure is directly proportional to mole fraction. So P1 is equal to x1 P1 naught. Now suppose first component is solvent and the second component is solute. Here suppose the first component is equal to non-volatile solute and the second component is volatile solvent, right? Then so P1 is equal to x1 P1 naught according to Raoult's law, right? Now if we are going to calculate the lowering of vapor pressure, that is change in vapor pressure, that is, so change in vapor pressure delta P is equal to P1 naught minus P1, it will be the change in vapor pressure, the pure solvent vapor pressure, then solution vapor pressure, particles of the pure solvent, right? Now if you are going to replace this P1 with P1 naught x1, P1 naught x1, if you are going to compare this P1 naught, the common, it is 1 minus x1, and P1 naught 1 minus x1 is equal to x2, 1 minus x1 is equal to x2, because x1 plus x2 is equal to 1. The mole fraction always taken as, the sum of mole fraction in the solution always taken as 1. So here P1 naught x2. So delta P is equal to P1 naught x2 here. Delta P is equal to P1 naught x2. So here x1 and x2 are mole fractions of the first component and second component. So here x1 is equal to mole fraction of first component and x2 is equal to mole fraction of second component, right? Now so here delta P is equal to P1 naught x2 or x2 is equal to delta P upon P1 naught. This is the formula. Now let us explain more about this formula, right? So the formula we calculated is x2 is equal to delta P upon P1 naught, right? So here delta P is equal to P1 naught minus P1 upon P1 naught. So this is the mole fraction of the solute, non-volatile solute. So here we may calculate this like x2 may be replaced, and that will, this is the mole fraction, so N2 upon N1 plus N2, moles of solute upon moles of solute plus moles of solvent, N1 is equal to moles of solvent, that is volatile, and N2 is equal to moles of solute, that is non-volatile, right? Now here it may be replaced by weight upon molecular weight. So weight of second upon molecular weight of second, that means solute, non-volatile solute. Here is the weight of solute, molecular weight of solute plus weight of solvent upon molecular weight of volatile solvent. So the formula may be expressed in this term, delta P upon P1 naught. So here, right? Now if from here, if solute is very less than solvent, if N2 is very less than N1, then delta P upon P1 naught here is equal to N2 upon N1. N1 may be neglected because it is addition to the N2. If N2 is very less than N1, then N1 plus N2 may be equal to the N1. So here N2 may be neglected. So N2 may be neglected. Then, right? So the formula may be this. So this may be used, this may be used. That depends whether the solute is very less than solvent in comparison or not, right? It may be avoided or not. So here, now the next is the elevation of boiling point. By the addition of non-volatile solute, there is lowering of vapor pressure and elevation in boiling point takes place, because lowering of vapor pressure is the reason of elevation in BP, right? That is boiling point.